Hey, everybody. In the USA, it is Thanksgiving Eve. It is a day tomorrow where we count our blessings, think about what we're grateful for in life. I wanted to talk about what I'm grateful for because, especially in this past year, I've learned a lot of very humbling lessons in gratitude to not take anything for granted anymore. I'm going to run through mine really quick, and we're live. So, on the chat, I'd love to hear from you guys. What are you most grateful for in your life? Because when you stop and think about it, I bet there are a lot of things you have to be thankful for that you don't even really acknowledge. You just take them for granted because, like all of us, until something's missing or taken away, you don't miss it. Don't know what you got till it's gone. So, first thing I am grateful for, being alive, just being here, being alive, being able to wake up, see the sun shine, being able to walk outside, smell the fresh air, look at the trees, the grass, cars going by, interact with other human beings because I made it 55 years already. I don't know how many more years I'll live on this earth, but I've been here for 55 years, and I'm very thankful for that because a lot of people do not make it to 55. A lot of people die much younger. Jackson Tippett, young guy in Australia, passed away a couple weeks ago, only 30 years old. 30 years old. And whenever that happens, whenever I see anyone younger than myself pass away, it just reinforces how grateful I am to still be here alive because you can't take one single day on earth for granted, guys. We don't know what's going to happen. Get hit by a car, you have a heart attack, you could, God forbid, get murdered. There's all kinds of ways our lives can end unexpectedly. So every day on earth, it really is a blessing. Second thing, my health. I'm pretty damn healthy, especially considering I've used anabolic steroids for decades. I've had little injuries here and there, but all in all, I see people like I have an older brother who's had multiple myeloma. He was diagnosed with that about 5 or 6 years ago. He's really literally fighting for his life. He just started chemo, and his health has been in very, very poor condition for years now. Just really low energy, things like that. Deals with a lot of joint pain, neuropathy, and everyone out there who's healthy, I'm sure someone, probably someone in your own family that's dealing with some kind of ongoing health issues that you don't have to face. And even if you're dealing with some health issues, it could always be worse. There are people out there who can't see, who can't hear, who are in pain all the time from various illnesses and conditions, things that limit their ability just to go around and do normal things. They wish they were you. That's one thing I always remember is no matter how bad you think you have it, there's somebody out there who wishes they were you. They would gladly trade their life for yours. They'd like to be you, whoever you are. When you think about it in that way, it puts things in perspective that your life's actually pretty good. I know when I sit back and look at my life, I have to be just very, very grateful. So my health, God willing, I'm in good health. I get checkups and all that, and I don't take it for granted because cancer happens to 1 in 3 people, all kinds of illnesses, diabetes, heart disease. There's so many things that can happen to our health, and not all of them are in our control. Sometimes it's just bad luck, genetics, infectious diseases that you catch somewhere. So many things that can go wrong. And this is a big one. I'm so grateful for my wife and my children. I've been with my wife. We've been married since 1991. We've been together since next year. It'll be 35 years. Next month, I should say, it'll be 35 years. Fantastic woman. She really put those wedding vows when you say in sickness and in health, for richer or for poor, or if it's the other way around, for richer or poor, sickness and health. She's really been there for me in good times and bad times. Times when I've been making really a good amount of money, times when I've been making no money, times when my health was great, times when I've been injured and she had to take care of me, like with my quad tear. She had to drive me around, things like that. She's a trooper. And my kids, 2 great kids, they're adults now, 30 and 25 years old, but couldn't ask for better kids. To me, it's not about what they've accomplished in life or, what job they have or do they have this house or that car. That doesn't matter to me. It's what kind of person, what kind of human being these kids are. And they're wonderful people, hearts of gold, not a mean bone in their body. And, I attribute a lot of that to my wife. She passed on a lot of her best character traits to them. So, but very, very, very grateful because, I know a lot of guys go through life and never find that special person, that person that really loves them for who they really are. And no matter what, it's not a conditional love. It's an unconditional love. We don't all get that. And I did get that with my wife. And I do thank God every day. And my kids, my son has colitis. He's not in perfect health, but there's a lot worse things. I see parents of disabled kids and kids with terminal diseases like that, and I get down on my knees, figuratively, and say thank you, God, for blessing me with healthy children. There's a big one, just food and shelter. It's crazy how we as bodybuilders sometimes will complain. I have to eat again. I have to eat all this food. I had to eat 6 meals today. I'm sick of eating all this chicken and beef and fish. And there are so many people out there in this world starving. You don't think they wish they had the opportunity to do what we do as bodybuilders, to eat this fresh food, nourishing, nutritious, clean, good food every day of our lives, multiple meals, to never even know what it's like to feel real hunger. I've never experienced real hunger in my life. I've never gone days without eating. There are a lot of people on this earth who they know what real hunger is. They've gone days without eating. Much of their lives, they've probably been hungry. It's something we just take for granted. A lot of us, I try to always say to myself, I don't have to do this. I get to do this, especially when it comes to food. How many people out there wish they could eat the way we bodybuilders eat? And we do it, and we complain about it sometimes because human nature, we complain a lot. Training, I'm grateful for the opportunity every day if I want now. I mean, hopefully I'm going to be getting busier soon, but go to the gym and have time to train with weights for an hour and a half, do cardio, stretch, keep my body in tip-top shape, be able to look and feel like a much younger man because I have that opportunity to go to the gym and exercise. Not everyone does. I say people make excuses, but some people legitimately, there are a lot of people out there who they're working 2 jobs, they're taking care of a family, they have to cook, clean, do laundry. They literally might only have a few minutes a day, if they have any time, to maybe do some push-ups or sit-ups or have a quick run around the block. They don't have the luxury of going to the gym like a lot of us do and spending a couple hours there luxuriously, doing whatever we want, breaking up the body. Today's chest day, today's leg day. A lot of people wish they could do that. And it's funny because I don't think too many bodybuilders ever complain about training, saying, I got to go to the gym. I got to train. I'm sick of training. If you ever get to that point, you're overtrained and you need to take a few days off just to reset, get your motivation back because you're probably just overtrained. But still, sometimes, especially when it comes to cardio, we complain about it. I got to do cardio. You get to do something that is making your heart and your lungs healthy. It's preventing heart disease. It's improving your circulation. It's burning body fat. It's giving you all these benefits. So you don't have to do cardio. You get to do cardio. I got to remember that too. Last one I'm going to go to before I start taking some of yours, freedom. Not everyone in this world lives in a free country like the USA. We complain that the wrong person, some people complain the wrong person won the election. Not everyone's going to be happy, but we have a system in place where we get to vote for our leaders. We get to choose who leads our country and our cities and our states. We vote every November for mayors, for senators, for state representatives, for president every 4 years. We get to pick. A lot of countries, there's no choice. This is your leader. He's the leader until the day he dies or someone assassinates him or whatever. And they don't have freedom of speech. A lot of the freedoms that we take for granted in the USA, they don't have those. It's funny to hear people in America complain about their rights being taken away in this, and they're worried about their rights when compare the USA and how many rights we have to so many other parts of this world. We have nothing to complain about. We should be thankful. We should be grateful. All right, I'd like to get to some of your comments here because this is I know this is a bodybuilding channel, but we're human beings here too, and this is an important part of being a human. Is I think the happier you'll be in life really depends on how much you can just be thankful for what you have instead of always focusing on what you don't have. So comment number 1, Oliver Posniak, grateful for you guys being here all the time on these lives. Good reason to be grateful, especially for all the friends and family. If you have friends and family, you're a wealthy man. I don't care if there's not a dime in your bank account and your credit score is 3. If you have friends and family that support you and love you and that are there for you and have your back, you have what so many people in this world just never had and never will have. So count your blessings. You are blessed. Being alive. Yeah. I mean, just being here, being able to do this and talk to you guys. I mean, I don't know what happens when we die. No one really knows. We have our beliefs and our hopes and our wishes, but we don't know because none of us have died, unless some of you guys out there, anyone out there died and come back. I don't know. But geez, I'm just so happy. Derek Pearson, family's doing well. Yes, thank you. I just picked up my daughter from the airport. She's here for a few days from Miami. Again, so happy to see her. I haven't seen her since she popped in for a couple of days in May. Her younger brother, my son Christian, hasn't seen her since then either. So we're very, very happy to have her back in the house, even if it's just for a few days. Built Left Grateful, you just hit a deer last night. Is that a deer emoji? It's 70 miles per hour. Wow. No injuries, thankfully. Well, the deer got injured, right? But yeah, I mean, people have died in car accidents just that way. Something goes across the road, they swerve, they hit a big rock or a tree, and that's the end. I mean, that's when we say you never know what's going to happen, and you never know if you're guaranteed another day in life. That's why, because you could just be driving along when something could come out of nowhere, and you swerve to avoid it, or a car hits you head on from nowhere through no fault of your own, and you're gone. Bipolar mom, grateful for my husband Ron, just celebrated anniversary. Happy anniversary. Yeah, anyone who has a good marriage, and my marriage of 30, what year is this? 30, it'll be 34 years in June. We've had our ups and downs. There's no doubt about that. Most of the downs were because of me. I wasn't always the best husband. I'm a much better husband now than I was at certain times in the past. But if you have a good marriage, if you have a loving, supportive spouse, be they husband, wife, whatever you want to call them, again, you're so blessed. You're so blessed because a lot of people will get married and they'll get divorced, that the marriage doesn't work out for whatever reasons. If you're in a long-term marriage, especially if it's gone decades, like mine, 34 years coming up, I'm just so lucky, so blessed. And I do thank God for every day. And I just thank God for being in that situation. Chobi Alder, I called myself weak because I wasn't the best. Dude said, don't take your strength for granted. You will know what weak is. Once I got injured, I get it. Still being able to train is a blessing. Yeah, Toby. I mean, when I say I've learned, especially the last year, so end of last August, I tore my quad. I'd never had an injury that debilitating in my life. I tore my tricep, but that was, I got it reattached within a month, and I still had one good arm. It wasn't really affecting my mobility or anything. I just had to do things with one arm for a while. I could still write and everything. But when I tore my quad, I couldn't drive. For a while, I couldn't walk. I could walk only on crutches. I had to have my son or my wife drive me around. Couldn't train legs, obviously. Let's go to the gym. And even when you can train upper body with one leg completely in a straight brace, there's a lot of things you just can't do. But I was grateful to be able to do anything, to be able to still be able to go to the gym and do any kind of training, even if it was upper body. I did a lot of upper body training for quite a while before I could get back to legs. But yeah, until you've had a major injury, you're really not grateful for being injury-free because you have nothing to compare it to. Like I said, I keep saying this, don't know what you got till it's gone. If you're healthy, you take your health for granted. But if you've been sick and you get your health back, you never take your health for granted again. I've talked to a lot of guys. Like I did an interview with PJ Braun a few weeks ago. Great interview, cool guy. He went to prison. He was in prison for a couple of years, and he will never, ever take anything in the free world for granted again. He'll never take the ability to just come and go as he pleases, eat whatever he wants, associate with whoever he wants. He couldn't do those. He was literally locked up in a penitentiary like an animal for a couple of years. And like I said, he had his freedom taken away. Now that he has it back, he appreciates it so much more. Viajero Santos. Viajero. I never heard that name. That's pretty cool. Grateful indeed. Oh, you're the same guy who hit the deer. Okay, you're just telling us again. Poor deer, though. Sure, I became more grateful, Magos, for my friends and family. Gratitude is so powerful. Yeah, years ago, this is back in the late 90s, I was reading Tony Robbins' books, audio tapes, and I went to one of his seminars. And, I took a few things away from it. And one of them was a phrase he uses all the time: to have an attitude of gratitude is one of the most powerful things you can have as a human being, because if you wake up every day and you have that attitude of being grateful just for the life you live and all the things that you do have, it's a great way to live. You're not bitter, you're not depressed, you're not angry, because you're grateful for the things you have around. You look out the window, you see, not everybody can look outside the window and see the sun shining. Some people can't see, or some people, maybe they're in a penitentiary or something, in a prison. They're looking at a cement walls 23 hours a day. So, the little things, man. It's the little things. John Stewart, go high fiber. Okay. I think there's some dietary recommendations here. Go vegan, organic, non-GMO. Life for the most important is worshiping Jesus. Well, yeah, that's for Christians. That's our faith. I think having any type of strong religious faith is a good thing. I know it's religion. Organized religion has been becoming less and less popular as the decades have been going by. But still, believing in a higher power, something greater than yourself, just knowing that there is a design to things and there is a higher power, it's just a good feeling. Rather than thinking that it's just all random, everything's meaningless. That's a nihilistic way to live. That there's no point to anything, and when you die, you're just dead. You just blink out. I don't choose to believe in any of that stuff. Enjoy this gratitude points you're saying. Toby puts things in perspective. Everyone struggles, but these analyses may put things, especially with all negativity promoted. Yeah, I mean, it's so easy to slip into negativity. It's our go-to factory setting as human beings, I think, is negativity and complaining. And that's one thing I've really tried to do less and less of over the years as years go by. I grew up in a house where it was just constant complaining. My mom, it's all she ever did was complain about everything. And she didn't work. My dad went out and worked. She didn't have to worry about that. She had a pretty cushy life when I look back at it, but all she ever did was complain. And it was that negativity rubbed off on her kids. And a lot of, until fairly recently, the past maybe 10, 20 years, I complained a lot. And, it was my wife that sort of kicked me out of that habit she got fed up with it. She's like, I don't want to hear you complain about, you have a great life, so shut up. And eventually I said, yeah, you know what? You're right. What am I complaining about? That's ridiculous. You're right, babe. Viajero Santos, great for dudes like you, Ron. Thank you. It's built to laugh. It's built to last. My non-troll. Well, that's still a cool name. I've never heard that. Obviously, I've been around Latinos for over 30 years with my wife's family. I've never seen that name, Viajero. Viaje is a trip. Viejo is an old person, or vieja. I don't know. I've never seen Viajero. Interesting. The Reverend Terminator, God bless you. You're a good man. Thank you. Appreciate you being here. Toby, get everything saying no, comes intelligence, experience, but high emotional, spiritual maturity. See what truly matters in life. Yeah, Toby, it's unfortunate in a way that a lot of these realizations don't come to us, and I'm saying us, I'm including myself, till later in life. Like I said, I took things for granted for most of my life. I complained a lot most of my life. I can remember making very good money at one time. And in one sense, I was grateful, but I would still look at other people that were making more. And, maybe I had this new car and I'd look at someone else who had a cooler car and I'd be envious. I was like, wish I had that car. I wish I was making that much instead of this much. And, it's that old, who said it? Was it Mark Twain? Said comparison is a thief of joy. I think it was Mark Twain, but it's true. If you're constantly comparing yourself to other people and what they do and what they have and feeling like you're less than, and you're feeling envious and jealous, it eats away at you. It's poisonous. It's toxic, if I can use that word. But like I said, it takes years and years. Some people never get there. You still see a lot of people who they go to their graves as very old men or women, angry, bitter, depressed. They never felt grateful for what they had, and they always felt cheated or slighted, like life screwed them over, the world screwed them over, people are always screwing them over, and they never got what they deserved. That word deserved, it's a terrible word to use all the time, because the world owes us nothing. Life, the universe owes us nothing. It's what we make it. Yes, some people are going to have advantages that you didn't have. Oh, well, what do you do? When bad things happen, what do they say? You could lie down and die. You can get up and keep moving forward. And we've all had adversities, every single one of you out there, and me too. We've all had challenges and adversities, things that went wrong, things that we weren't expecting, things that we wanted to happen that didn't happen, things we hoped would never happen that did happen. But whatever happened in our lives, if you're still here and you're still have a roof over your head and food in your stomach and people that care about you, you're doing great. You're doing great. Hooray for Tony Robbins. Yeah. Like I said, it was a very interesting weekend. It was 2 days in a row. I believe we were there from, I want to say like 8 a.m. until 11 o'clock at night. And then it would start up the next day. No, I think the first night, one of the nights we walked on hot coals. We really did. I think that happened at around 1 or 2 a.m. So one night we were there super late. And I think I went home and slept for like 3 hours and came back because it started up. It was a very full weekend. It was a long weekend, but it was very energetic and empowering because he's telling us things basically like you believe in yourself and you have to go after what you want. It's all the same thing. You hear a lot of the same themes and all these life coaches and self-help, but it's all basic knowledge. It's all basic tenets that we deep down we know, we just don't practice. And they're just really reminding us about things that we're not applying that we already know. Yes, for being spiritual, no to organized religion. Yeah, I mean, I don't think you have to follow an organized religion to be spiritual. You can if you want, but some people choose to be like our ancestors in the ancient times and to worship. They see spiritualism in nature all around them, like the Native Americans did, and a lot of ancient cultures did, ancient civilizations. The sun, the stars, the moon, the ocean, the mountains, the prairies, all that stuff. The beauty in nature. A lot of people go to nature to commune with God or higher power, whatever you choose to believe in or call it, because it's very relaxing and you can sort of disconnect from the noise and the chaos of the civilized world that we're normally living in. Anything else, guys? I think that's it, man. Yeah. So I get a couple more. So yeah, I guess I'll just make it a quick one today, guys. So if you're in the U.S., have a happy Thanksgiving tomorrow. Wherever you are in the world, just try to take some time. Just count your blessings. Be grateful. I'm so grateful. Am I doing exactly what I want to be doing now? No, but I will be. And whatever physique goals any of us have, the fact that we're able to even pursue those physique goals is a blessing. To be able to go to the gym and train hard and to eat good food and to sleep in a nice comfy bed and work on our health and our fitness and all that's we're so blessed. So many people in the world, they don't have that opportunity for whatever reason. So that's it, guys. It was just a quick one today, and I hope you enjoyed it. And have a happy Thanksgiving. Count your blessings and be grateful. Live with an attitude of gratitude, and you will be a happier human being.